what's going on, guys? Robbie here from Chalk and Steel. I hope you have an awesome day, and in this video I am going to be telling you my top 5 coaching cues when it comes to Olympic lifting and weightlifting. So I actually got this question from one of my readers the other day where he asked me, he said, hey Robbie, like, what are your favorite coaching cues when it comes to the Olympic lifts? Because it's true, there's hundreds, there's thousands of cues out there, and sometimes it can get a little bit crazy. You're not sure who to listen to, and it can get overcomplicated. So it's really important to keep things simple when it comes to the Olympic lifting, because there's so much going on and you don't want to be processing all that as you're lifting. You just want to lift and hit that lift. So I thought it'd be cool to make a little video today where I go over my top 5 coaching cues, so that way you can use them in your training, so it can help you become a better lifter. So hopefully that's cool with you. So let's get right into it. So my number 1 cue when it comes to Olympic lifting, all right, is, this is not in any order, these are just my top 5, okay? My first one, okay, is you want to keep your chest up. All right, and that means an exclamation point, all right? Keeping your chest up. So this is one of the most common things I see lifters do, especially new lifters, and actually even a lot of experienced lifters as well, is keeping their chest up in that lift, all right? So a lot of times, you don't see it so much when it comes to a 1 rep max, you're doing singles, but you see it a lot when it comes to that touch and go or cycling a movement, okay, in a complex or in an actual workout or WOD, okay? And what I mean by that, keep that chest up. So if I were to set up for that snatch, okay, my chest is up, all right, neutral spine, stay nice and tight, okay? In this position here, I'm nice and tight, I'm able to set up, and when I receive that bar, my chest is already up, okay? If my chest is down, I got a lot farther to travel before I have to hit that lift, okay, up overhead. So it's important to keep that chest up. Now, one thing I notice with a lot of lifters, so either if they're doing singles or they're doing touch and goes, that first rep is awesome, the chest is up, they're good to go, okay? They hit it, boom. Then what happens though? They bring that barbell down, all right, their chest collapses, their hips are up, okay? Now they're trying to pull for that next lift, and a lot of times they miss it, all right? The reason why they miss it is because they are not in that prime position to receive that barbell. So if your chest is already down, like I just said, you have a long way to go to travel to receive that bar overhead. So make sure next time you're doing your singles, you're doing touch and goes, and even at your 1 rep maxes, okay, keeping that chest up the entire time, and that's going to allow you to be in a much better position to receive that bar, whether it's a clean or a snatch, doesn't matter, okay? Next tip, okay, is going to be look at the horizon. Look at the horizon, okay? This goes along with keeping your chest up. So a lot of times with lifters, okay, and let me give you a perfect example. So when I first started to learn how to drive a car, and I'm sure that you've had the same experience, right? And when I get in that car, I'm trying to learn how to drive. I have my hand on the steering wheel, okay, or both hands on the steering wheel, okay, and what happens? I turn to the left of my head, and then what happened with my arms? Whoop! I started turning the car left, okay? For whatever reason, I was looking left, I started to turn left. I looked right, started to turn right, okay? It took me a while to figure out, hey, listen, like if you go left, you gotta hold on to that steering wheel so you can just keep going straight so you don't veer off the road, okay? Same thing when it comes to your Olympic lifting. You see a lot of lifters, okay, maybe they're starting out with their setup, okay, or they receive that bar, and then what happens? They look down. And then when they look down, that's going to pitch your body forward, putting you off balance, and that's going to bring that barbell, you're going to dump that barbell forward, missing the lift. Same thing if you're all the way up. Okay, I'm looking up. Now what happens is I'm arching my back, my core is not tight like it used to be, and now I'm in a vulnerable position to receive that bar. I'm not stable, I'm not tight, and that's going to cause me to miss that lift as well. So it's important that you pick a point in the horizon. So I like to find somewhere on the wall, halfway up the wall, and I'm going to focus on that point the entire time. I'm not going to take my eyes off of it. I'm not going to look down. I'm not going to look up. I'm going to stay tight, okay, the entire lift, boom. All right, focus in there the entire time. When you do that, that's going to keep you in that prime position for that lift, okay? One thing I always tell my athletes is I always ask them when they're doing an Olympic movement, I'll say, hey, what color is the floor? And if they say, well, it's black, I'll say, no, that's the wrong answer. The right answer is, I don't know because I'm not looking at it, okay? So next time you're lifting, don't look at the floor, don't look at the ceiling, pick a point in the horizon and stare at it, okay? Number 3, use those hips. Use the hips. All right? Using the hips is such an important thing, and a lot of lifters do not use it the way they should be, okay? A lot of times they're trying to compensate, they're trying to pull with the arms too much, okay? They don't get that full extension, using those glutes and those hamstrings, those big movers, those big muscles that God gave us. All right, make sure you use your hips. When you use your hips and you use them correctly, okay, you're gonna have so much more explosiveness in your lifts. That weight's gonna feel a lot lighter, it's gonna move a lot quicker, and you're gonna be able to do more weight than you ever could before. So make sure you're utilizing your hips, focusing, being patient. Okay, keep those arms locked out, boom, coming up, then I fire those hips, boom. Now again, underneath that bar to receive that snatch or that clean and jerk, okay? So really, really make sure you focus on using your hips, and you'll see a big difference in how much you can lift and how often you can lift it, okay? After that, okay, the nice thing here is, in addition to using our hips, is you want to have a routine. This is another tip that I tell people all the time. Have a routine, okay? So when you set up for your clean or you set up for your snatch, it's important that you, no matter what lift you're doing, whether it's a PR, whether it's 60%, all right, whatever the weight may be, that you're lifting it the same exact way. Nothing changes in terms of your setup. All right, so I encourage my athletes to have a routine, because what happens is that programs you to just do what you're doing. Okay, it doesn't matter what the weight is; it's still a snatch no matter what, and you're gonna approach it that way. Okay, so whether it's put your right foot forward, left foot forward, right arm, left arm, breathe, and then go. It can be something like that. I've seen some crazy ones where it's they hit some chalk, float in the air, boom, 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 quick yell, and then they go. All right, that's fine too. But whatever it is, stick with it. Something you're comfortable with, something you know that you can do every single time, because what that's going to do is that's going to keep you calm and relaxed, so that way you're not focusing on that PR weight, okay, you're focusing on just hitting that movement, because it's already programmed into your body. Just like a basketball player, they're hitting those free throws, those foul shots, okay, same concept. All right, doesn't matter if it's game 7 of the NBA Finals or it's a regular season game, they're still shooting that foul shot the same way. Same thing with your lifts. So it doesn't matter if it's going to be a meet or it's going to be, a competition workout or in the CrossFit Open or it's just a regular workout. You still approach that lift the same way, and that way you're confident, you're relaxed, and you can hit the lift every single time. Okay? So that's right here. We got to keep your chest up, look at the horizon, use the hips, have a routine, and last but not least, my last tip here is smooth is fast. Smooth is fast, okay? What do I mean by that? So a lot of lifters, they are very herky-jerky with their lifts, right? So they're here, they pull with their arms, they fire the hip, okay, they pull some more, and they come underneath that bar, right? You don't want to do that, okay? Herky-jerky is not the way to go when it comes to, clean and jerk, you can kind of get away with it. A snatch, you definitely cannot. A snatch is a finesse move, okay? Really important. Let me give you an example. So, I'm a golfer, I love to golf, and there's sometimes when I go and I try to crush that ball, right? I just kind of herky-jerk, I swing as hard as I can, using my arms, not really using my hips, and what happens? I hit the ball hard, okay, but it kind of veers to the left or veers to the right, goes into the woods, never to be found again, all right? But if I'm smooth, okay, I'm nice and smooth with my swing, just use my hips, okay, going from quarter extremity with my movement, swinging through, what's going to happen? Okay, that ball is now going to travel straight, it's going to travel far because I was not herky-jerky with it, I was smooth with the movement, okay? Same thing with a barbell movement, moving as smooth as you can, nice and smooth, up, 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 up. So if it's your clean, mid-thigh, boom, extend. If it's your snatch, hip crease, extend. Okay, and then get underneath that bar. It doesn't matter if you go slow, as long as you're moving that bar and following that sequence, okay, pulling first, hitting those hips, and then get underneath it, you're going to be hitting those lifts a lot more often, even though you're not herking and jerking and pulling as hard as you used to be, okay? So be more finesse-like, be more smooth, and you'll see a bigger increase in the amount of lifts that you hit, okay? All right, guys, so let's go over those top 5 again. So these are my top 5 cues for coaching on barbell lifts. Keep your chest up. All right, make sure you keep your chest up no matter what. Don't dip it down. Look at the horizon. Don't look down at the floor. Don't look up. Using those hips every single time to make sure, firing those hips, being explosive, use those glutes and hamstrings, okay? Have a routine, so it doesn't matter what weight you're doing, 60%, 1 rep max, new PR, all right? Have that routine every single time. And last but not least, be smooth in your lifting. Don't pull too hard, okay? Don't try to jerk that movement through. Be smooth, All right, let your body does what it do. All right, and you're going to be a lot better because of it. So those are my 5 tips, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you want to share this post with some of your friends who are struggling with their lifting, you can certainly do that as well. Also, on the post here, make sure you check out the link above me or below me where it is my Olympic strength lifting program. So if you want a solid lifting program, it's only 2 days a week. My Olympic strength program is pretty good for that. So it's 96 workouts, which is a full year. There's 4 12-week cycles, and there's a lot of how-to videos with it. I've had over 1,000 lifters try it out. Every day I'm getting testimonials, people increasing their lifts all the time, become more confident, but more importantly, become more consistent in the amount of lifts that they're hitting. All right, guys. So if you have any questions about that, just shoot me a message, comment, and I'll be happy to help you out. Otherwise, we will see you again, guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.